Hi guys, this is Dr. Mohammad Usman, and today I will be talking about graphical excellence. And previously, we have talked about different topics on data diagnostic, and we have also talked about different examples, and then we have seen and worked on different conformity analysis and hypothesis testing. So basically, moving into the further overview of this, we will be talking about today the graphical excellence. So when we talk about the graphical excellence, we should know that it is about the evaluation and evaluation of your presentations and evaluation of your data. So when moving into this one, we will be talking about different rules of the graphical excellence and how graphics reveals the data and why graphics reveal the data and what we should do to increase our graphical excellence and achieve the graphical excellence in our visualization. So talking about the graphs, as we have studied before, the graphs reveal data, and data is according to our given raw data, and that should be displayable. So if we are making up any visualizations and if we are trying to find out any data according to our given data table and any visualization according to our data table, we should be knowing and comparing it back to our data table that we have studied before. Like this one, we have a table with x by different values and we want to make up some charts on it. So when we make up different charts, like a line, this is a dot plot of all the below previous given data. So you can see that all the data is different according to the type of the elements in it, and the visualization is also dependent on the type of data. So the visualization over here are different according to the type of the data. So if we apply different functions of the data and if we have a different type of data, so that graph will be different, and that graph will reveal the actual data which you have previously in your data table. So when working on the graphics, we can move up. So by working on different graphs, we can reveal that, and we can try to understand that either that graph is displaying our actual data or not. So graphical excellence is about displaying your actual data, revealing the different layers of the data according to the given data table. Similarly, like if I work on another graphical graph, or if I combine all these different graphs together, I can make up another visualization that can provide us the knowledge of different points in a space. So basically, when you are talking about a different visualization or different points in a given visualization, I can say that there is a point A in my visualization, there is a point B in my visualization, there is a point C in my visualization. So basically, I can give the points to my visualization according to my data, because in my data the A value might be the value on which it is pointed in the visualization. So similarly, like it will be clear from my visualization that either that value which I have plotted in visualization is correct or not according to my given data or not. So we can verify our visualization according to our available data. So when we are talking about the graphical excellence, we should note some points which we have already read before, which are the principles of the graphical excellence. Some of them are like avoiding distortion of the data. You should display the data that is the actual data, and you should not distort the data or change the data. Something like you should reveal the data at different level of detail. That is the principle 4 of the visualization. Then we have worked that present many numbers in a small space, and you should utilize the space efficiently. So at this moment we are focusing that how we can utilize the space efficiently and how we can use them to make our visualization more better. So graphical excellence is also about saving your space and showing greater amount of data in a small space. Something like we have to encourage the comparisons, we have to get the user, and we have to make the user understand that he can work on that visualization, and by perspectives he can work analyze what is the difference between two different variable. Like in previously we have two different points, so user can easily calculate that what is the difference between those 2 points. And also we have to encourage the viewers to think about the data, not about the design. So that is also the principle one, that we should make the user understand the data variation, not the design variation. So like I have some examples over here. Like if you can see, we have put 700 words in a space, and those are clarity, and those are clear, and those are according to your given data available. So when you are working or see some newspaper, so there are basically lot of amounts of word, those are clearly display over there. So basically we are utilizing all the space. If you can see that this page can have one page or one column, and the newspaper can have one column and it has a greater or larger font, but you are utilizing it in a number of columns. They have a specified set of columns, and by using them they can take more amount of data and they can display more amount of data. Similarly, like if you talk about this chart, it has 100 of publications. So basically it can tell you that there are what number of publication in the specific field, like thermal conductivity of the copper, and what is the thermal temperature or time scale of it, and what the publication is. So we are utilizing this space. So when you are making up the different visualization, you have to utilize that space. You have to understand that what chart I can build up in a given space. So it is not necessary that every time which the chart you are making up in a space will be made up on that data and will be good for that data. So basically you have to work out on it, and you have to understand that what kind of chart is good for me. Similarly, like over here there are 21,000 numbers displayable in this chart, and this chart is a map chart and it is displaying a number of values. So basically that depends on your amount of data and space available to you. If I have a less space, then I will not be using this chart, and I will not be moving up and making up a map. I will be going might be on the bar chart. If I have less number, I will be going up on line chart or other charts like we have worked previously. So basically when you work on different charts, you have to understand that what is the context of that visualization and what that visualization has to give back to you. And like I told you, we have to encourage the comparison. Like if I have to compare these two areas, then I can just see the perspective that what number of more elements are present in a secondary area or in a primary area. So I have to compare two visualization, and two visualization should be able to work together, and one visualization or the data should be comparable in a visualization. So basically you have to work on that, how you can compare different elements of a visualization, or you can compare two different visualizations. And I have another example over here which is like it is about encourage the comparison. So I have, like, if I want to compare any of the sets, I can just look by and I can see that where data is more and where the data is less. So basically when you are working on the visualizations, you have to keep in mind that, so we should keep in mind that when you are working on the graphical excellence, you have to acknowledge that all the different visualizations are a matter of substance, and there is chat, there is design, there is colors, and there are many other things which combined up make up a visualization. Also the visualization communicate your ideas with clarity, precision, efficiency. Like in the very first lecture we have talked about, your visualization should be readable and understandable. So when your visualization will be clear, precise and efficient, then it will be readable and understandable to the user. So when we are talking about the graphical excellence, we have to work on all these points. We have to show different greater number of ideas in a short space and a smaller space in a smallest time. And the biggest example I always give is the newspaper, and newspaper utilizes every different item, and from the front page to the every different page you will see that they are utilizing each and every space, because they have to make money from it. So when you have to work on different things, you have to work on the graphical excellence. And when we are working on the data, it is not necessary, like we have plotted before, that all the data will be multivariate, and most of the time trivariate, and it will have a multiple dimension and measure. So when we are working on different types of data, we will not be working on just one dimension. We may have many dimensions, and we have many built-in visualization variables. So we should always remember that we have to make the data show the data variation, not the design variation. So graphical excellence is about making up your visualizations according to the availability of data and the principles of the graphic visualization. So this lecture was up to here, and if you like my video, go up to my YouTube channel and like to subscribe to it, and you can earn the certificate. And the process is as follows, and previously told, you can go through this all process and you can earn also a certification if you are taking a classroom session with me. So what you are waiting for, go to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe to it.